All right, welcome to Crossroads Sports, episode 385. Your host, Brandon Reeve, John the Birdsong, on a Saturday morning. We didn't get you this week, but we got here on a Saturday morning. JB, how are you?
Man, early bird gets the worm, man, even though it's cold outside. You know what I mean? You got to get it in, get it in. I know we missed, say a couple of posted days that we would post the podcast or whatnot. I know people kind of anxious and wanting to hear our kind of two bits on the national championship. And of course, as we kind of transition into college basketball and NBA, So I'm ready to go, man. Shoot me out of a cannon. Where you want to start it? We definitely got to start with these Hoosiers for sure.
Yeah, college football. The Indiana Hoosiers are your 2026 national champions. Today, the victory celebration rally going down in Bloomington, outside on the walk, which is a little crazy with it being cold out. But Hoosiers, your national champions. It got a little weird there for a little bit in that bowl game with Miami making that little bit of a comeback. The block punt was huge. The fundamentals, IU doing it, Signetti and crew, storybook ending for a season for the Hoosiers.
Man, storybook ending, and kind of like I alluded to, man, IU just played a better level of competition all year round. And you know what I'm saying, they actually did face their little moments of attrition during the Big Ten season. You know what I'm saying, when you kind of think about the Penn State game, for sure, it kind of sticks out of my brain. You know what I'm saying, for me. But like, no, man, it's more than just Fernando Mendoza, even though he is, quote unquote, the head of the snake, man, and kind of says all the right things in the pressers afterwards, man. He didn't necessarily have a messy game by any realm of the imagination. He had a heroic game, especially with that big run, whatnot. But no interceptions out of him. You come out of the game with other heroes, man. The transfer from Wisconsin, Nowakowski. I know, probably messed up his name, but like again, big tight end.
Yep.
Like next step for him, man, ain't no NIL deal. Next step for him got to be, somebody's NFL ticket, right? You know what I'm saying? You think about some of the running backs as well as Kellyon Black, who I didn't, no running back got into the end zone, but again had a they're key to the possession time, running up the clock or whatever, and keep Miami offense off the field. Were keys. The cornerback D'Angelo Pounds, again, crucial to shutting down the pass defense of Miami. So pass offense of Miami. So like, no, man, great game, historical ending. Dream, Disney, however, whatever you want to categorize that, man. You can put a bow on it, man. The Indiana Hoosiers are the champions of the world. As a college football world, man. I automatically pivot, Brandon. Me thinking future thinking is what does that look like for the program going further? Obviously, they're all in, from a money wise, like where the funds are kind of going to go from an athletics department standpoint. But we know guys are already in the portal.
Right.
I can't necessarily say, Indiana can go back to back. The way teams kind of influx with talent and whatnot, I couldn't necessarily say Indiana can go back to back national championships. But what I'm kind of seeing an influx of talent and what they're probably going to retain. Brandon, there's no reason why they can't be Big Ten champions back to back. So
Yeah.
I expect to see the Hoosiers back in this certain waters, these certain situations, playoff positions again next year. But I don't know, back to back.
Yeah, I think one name as well that stepped up during the game. I didn't. And you may have said his name. If I didn't hear it, I thought Charlie B from Nashville, Tennessee, fourth down catches for Charlie Becker,
Mm-hmm.
huge catches for him. Who's only a sophomore. People were talking about NFL talent for him. This dude's only a sophomore. I mean, he hasn't really done much the entire season until some of these big games. So he's got at least another year or so left to see what happens there. You got Hoover coming in at quarterback for IU. The other Mendoza shipped out to Georgia Tech. The other one obviously is going to the draft. So
I didn't even think that was weird, Brandon. Like,
no,
why want to follow up your brother's magic? There's no way. There's no way
not at all.
you can follow that up, man. So he transferred out to Georgia Tech.
What's the chances Hoover can come in and relight the magic that Fernando Mendoza did?
Well, like that's a little different, man. That's kind of like asking Purdue Clough to come in and do what Zach Edey did. And I'm not being super critical of Clough. They play well from a basketball standpoint as well, but it's different than playing with like Zach Edey. So I put the trust in the system, Brandon. Kirk Cinetti didn't lose attrition-wise any assistant coaches, I don't believe, which is weird. And, you know what I'm saying, he turned down all phone calls if he got any from any NFL job. So he's all in. And the Hoosier faithful, they got merchandise going. Man, Brandon, I didn't know there was that many people that loved IU. I didn't, Brandon. I ain't gonna lie. Man, if I see a red on my timeline from Threads to Facebook to when I jump on Twitter, man, see a red, I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, all these people is alumni now? I went to school with some of these people, man. Wow. So see a red, I know from a, you know what I'm saying, from that standpoint, marketing, media, you know what I'm saying, they are more than ecstatic. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, you know what I'm saying, coming up as a youth. This was a primarily basketball state from Bobby Knight to Reggie Miller and all those folks in between, Calvin Chaney. I don't want to leave nobody out, you know what I'm saying, and how things have kind of pivoted, especially with the Colts to get it together. The Colts will get it together, you know what I'm saying, folks. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that a little bit later in another segment. But, you know what I'm saying, especially with the Colts, you know what I'm saying, winning the Super Bowl. And there's still always expectation with the Colts, right? And that's what I kind of mean. But IU, you know what I'm saying, from a sports standpoint, man, kind of put cherry on top with winning that natty.
Yeah, looking ahead at the early sportsbook future odds, Ohio State and Notre Dame and Indiana and Texas are all co-favorites at plus 700 for next year. Out of that group, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Indiana, Texas, who do you feel is most likely to?
I just feel like, man, I know, man, people think, you know, I hope Decop's watching, man. But, like, man, Notre Dame, they have so much influx of talent coming to them from the other power schools, man. They're not getting the guy. I'm not disrespecting, you know what I'm saying, the mid-major, like, talent that shifts over to the power 4, power 5 position, man. But, like, they getting Alabama guys. They getting Ohio State guys that normally you would see, you know what I'm saying, juniors and, like, you know what I'm saying, 4th year, 5th year seniors, whatever. They would, like, jump into the NFL draft, which is weird. And they're turning down, you know what I'm saying, NFL money to join Notre Dame. So Notre Dame has a, you know what I'm saying, a network position that they kind of finagled, whatever, man. If they finish 12th or better, they have a guaranteed spot. I like Notre Dame get to the national championship, Brandon. I don't have their schedule in front of me, but I slam dunk me. They're not playing Clemson next year. You know what I mean? So they're not necessarily playing, you know, quote unquote, somebody would say they're playing the ACC. I'm not disrespecting the ACC. I'm not disrespecting the ACC. Nobody should, especially after this Miami run. Nobody should be disrespecting the ACC going further. But Notre Dame's not necessarily playing the sharpest of the sharp of the ACC. How about that? And though, so like, but I still would say, you know, given the schedule, they should be feared, and their talent, they should be feared.
A $1 bet, John, if you would put Ball State on right now, and I just put the graphic on Twitter, Ball State to be the national championship winner of the CFP.
Oh, wow.
$1 will net you 10 grand.
Okay. We might have to do that.
$1 is all it takes.
Man,
10 grand.
Next year we have to bring that up when we do the expansion draft, fantasy draft with the homies, with the Willie Snead, Ball State homies. We got to do the podcast a couple weeks from now. Make sure you bring that up, man.
So $1. I posted on Twitter, so if you get a little retweet there, that'd be great. Don't think I forgot about you, Boilermaker fans in football.
How much did they win the MAC?
If Purdue were to win the college football national championship, and you bet $1, you win 1,000. I feel like it should be like 20 grand.
Man, I feel like it should be a little. I'm not, no disrespect, man. I you know what I'm saying. We haven't heard about no influx of super talent coming to Purdue.
No, they've got like 24 3-stars coming in.
That's decent, Brandon. But do you trust?
Not for the Big Ten.
Do you trust? Hold on. Do you trust the coaching? That's what I'm kind of.
No.
Do you trust the coaching? I don't. Stars and stuff. That means those guys are good. They still need to be developed. You know what I'm saying? But Purdue gonna win more than 4 games next year.
No.
He says no.
Not even close. Not with that schedule. Not because of the teams they're playing, but just how bad they are internally.
He's gonna get it
together. There is a chance I think Barry Odom doesn't make it to year 3. I just, especially in, I think the Indiana thing is kind of turned the burner on a little bit stronger up there at West Lafayette, that they're getting some delusional belief that they think they can do the same thing.
Well,
there ain't no well to it. They're light years apart, I said the other night.
They are. They gotta get a passing game, Brandon. They gotta get back to what may produce special. Even in the past. You know what I'm saying? You are what you are. Who's the wideouts? You know what I'm saying? Purdue's been known to have good wideouts.
Who's the quarterback?
That too. You know what I mean? So they gotta answer all those questions, and they gotta get in front of it. This dude don't even talk. When's the last time you heard him really talk to the media? And I get it, man. Kirstie Nettie came in, and everybody kind of laughed at him. I didn't laugh at him, man, because you know what I'm saying. You got to come in cocky. If you don't, everybody's gonna be laughing at you. But you know, technically, Jim Harbaugh was on his way out. I'm just being honest, Brandon. Jim Harbaugh was on his way out. So Kirstie Nettie you can say these things, Kurt, but you let Jim Harbaugh come back, it might be a little bit different conversations. For instance, I'm just being honest with you, man.
Yeah.
But no, man.
Well, this past week, Barry Odom did speak.
Did he say anything worth significant that you know what I'm saying, Brandon? For real.
He just talked about staff changes, the portal class. He did say, interestingly, during the season, they received a list from the agents of players who would be in the portal. One accidentally sent Purdue a list of its players who would be in the portal. As crazy as that sounds, that's just part of the game now. So they got the entire list and they didn't get shit out of it.
Brandon, I'm okay. Well, let's put a period on Purdue. I think it's gonna get better.
You want to hear what he said about Cignetti?
It better be nothing but complimentary. But go ahead.
He says, number one, much respect for Coach Cignetti and what he's done. I texted him right after they won, told him congratulations, hell of a job, because you cannot deny that. And by the way that they've done it, very impressive.
He texted him, should have called him, should have FaceTime.
He ain't gonna answer. I wouldn't answer. Too busy, man. Celebrating.
Hey man, Brandon, did you catch overnight the back and forth with the homie in Clemson and your former homies in Ole Miss?
I saw a few posts about it, but I didn't dive into it in detail. I thought it was something old, but maybe it's not.
Nah, man, Gould is out here trying to get players already. Clemson already got signed, seals to deliver. And talking about and ask that player, what's your buyout? Now listen here, Brandon. I know when we was starting the college football trip, we was all talking about, oh, poor Ole Miss, Lane, how could he do it? And still, the team was trying to win. They did their due diligence, man. The teams, you know what I'm saying, from a locker room standpoint, kind of stay together. But like now, man, we get into this back alley stuff, man. This money all kind of flying around, man. That's crazy. So hold on. While Ole Miss still got their own players, they're still kind of considering what they're gonna do. You still don't have a quarterback, and you still trying to entertain. I don't know if Sam Levitt did he officially sign with LSU? Did he still flirting with Ole Miss? I don't know, but I know there was another quarterback that they were trying to get. So wait a minute, Ole Miss seems like they're advising Chambliss to like just sit and wait. But like, how can you sit and wait and you trying to sue the NCAA? So right. It's weird to me, man. Like the money that's being kind of thrown around, the conversation being kind of thrown around. You know, the homie up in Clemson, man, he's trying to protect what he has. You know what I'm saying? He's good with you going to the NFL. He's good with you, you know what I'm saying, preparing for that route. But, like, he's got coaches asking players, like, what their buyout is, man. And, you know what I'm saying? It's getting real weird with these coaches, man, and how they recruit now.
Yeah. Looks like Dabo said, if there's no consequences for tampering, then we have no rules. We have no governance. Dabo Sweeney reacts to the tampering involving Pete Golding and Luke Ferrari and what it means to the current state of college football. So, yeah, I mean, here's my other thing, though. The NCAA is the one that have allowed this. I think you do it to the just that you get as much out of it as you can while you can.
Well, that, again.
I'm not saying it's right, but the way the rules are, you might as well.
Yeah.
Who's governing it?
Right. And then it gets real weird with the basketball situation. We got a dude who playing in G League for 3 seasons, got drafted by the Detroit Pistons, and now he's back.
Shame on them where he's at.
Playing for Alabama.
No integrity from that university.
First of all, man, Alabama, I want to say you better than that. You're not. You wasn't going to win a national championship with the talent that you had. Like, he's got a good team, man, but like all they want to do is shoot threes. D got to tell you that, and he's a I'm not going to say fan, but you know, he with the program. He don't like Nate Oates. So that's, man, if you went, somebody's trying to equate the G League or these lesser leagues to like the Euro leagues, and I'm totally disagree on that part. You know what I mean? But like, we mud in the waters when we actually get, like, okay, so then Duke, if we're gonna let these dudes play, then Duke should ask Cooper Flag, does he want to come back? No. Be absurd with it, Brandon.
Let me ask you this: does the NBA, are they more invested? Are they more invested and what's the word I'm looking for? Front centered on college football or college basketball? Because to me, it seems like it's college football.
The NCAA? I think, honestly, the old guard and the new guard, as far as coaches are concerned, are having a little bit of a clash on like.
Why is it more of a wild, wild west in college football right now than it is in college basketball per se?
Because Izzo and Patino and them are still holding up some of the rules. They don't like, you know what I'm saying? They like to dip into the NBA package, but like, don't be trying to get NBA players that actually then ran NBA plays and whatnot to come back and play for your college team. That's not what we're doing. You see what I'm saying? However you feel about Izzo, Patino, and the old guard. You see what I'm saying? The old guard is still there. They still kind of protecting the homie too, up in West Lafayette. He's not with all this, like, you know, one, he don't yield to the NBA anyway. You know what I'm saying? You got to play Matt Painter and them style. Hurley too. Hurley already got an NBA factory. He don't have to play these Mickey Mouse games like Alabama does. Sorry, and Baylor does. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? So these dudes are clearly, their jobs must be on the line or something like that. You know what I'm saying? The athletic director said, man, why we got to win the Big 12, otherwise, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Ramifications, all those things. So that's where you have that stretch. Football, you know, the NFL really don't want you anyway till after your third year. So they kind of use that as the NFL does not have Brandon. The NFL does not have a developmental G League. College football is their G League. It is what, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? So I think that's why there's more of a it's okay in football versus like basketball.
Okay. Cool. We'll take a quick break while John has to run upstairs real quick.
I got to flip the fives real quick.
Yep. We want to thank our sponsors, Scott K. Nichols, State Farm Insurance. Scott's been with us for forever, whether it's home, auto, live, you name it. Scott K. Nichols, State Farm Insurance will take care of you with that. And also Thomas and Reed LLC. We want to thank them for our sponsorship. Huge with that. I mean, tax time is near, people, right? W-2s are coming out. They'll take care of that, John says. And but no, loyalty to both of them for us. Thank you to them. Without them, we would not be able to do our show. So we do want to thank Scott K. Nichols, State Farm Insurance, as well as Thomas and Reed LLC. Thank you to both of you guys. Next, we're going to go over to the NFL. When John comes back, we're going to dive deep. NFL Conference Championship weekend on a scale of 1 to 10, excitement level for these Conference Championship games. I'm going to give it a 5, just based off the NFC Championship game, a 5. AFC, I have zero interest in this AFC Championship game. Now, maybe I will be shocked, but I probably won't be. Neither will you, right? Do I really want to see a Jared Stidham, a Denver Broncos team? I would rather see a Drake May Patriots go up against a Josh Allen Buffalo Bills in a snow globe. That's what I would rather see for an AFC Conference Championship game. And then we'll talk Buffalo Bills as well. That whole fiasco with the head coach getting fired, the comments from the owner, the interview with Phillip Rivers as their head coach. Like, I feel like Buffalo is about to make a terminal pill. Let's go talk, John. NFL. I just said the conference championship weekend. My excitement level from a 1 to 10 is probably a 5, maybe a 4. And that excitement levels for the NFC game. The AFC game, I have zero interest in watching a Jared Stidham against the New England Patriots. And we all have seen this story, how it's going to go. I would have much rather had a Josh Allen Bills team against this Patriots squad. So I'm not really interested in the AFC game. I'll watch it, but I'm not into it too much. And you got your mute on.
Yeah, Lil Moss on the AFC Championship game. The marquee, you know what I'm saying, name's not necessarily there. We definitely got a backup that we don't have any good tape on because he hasn't played any significant football 2024 or 2023. You know what I'm saying? So there's a marquee coach over there, but you know what I'm saying, again, the defense is pretty darn good, but you know, we'll see what happens with the AFC side, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to, you know, it'll still be a great story if Denver wins. You know what I'm saying? The attrition they kind of went through, losing their quarterback, right? And then how you feel about Bo Nix, right? Still some doubt on the other side when you talk about the Seahawks and the position that Sam Darnold has and the team has kind of put themselves in.
He's been cleared this morning. They said he's cleared to play from the injury.
That's good, man. They're gonna need him to make some plays. So that's gonna definitely be a game. This, you know, saying high stakes, with high viewership, right? I kind of want to talk about the after effects of the Buffalo Bills losing, Brandon.
Are they swallowing the death pill right now, based on everything that's kind of going on? Because you got the Josh Allen crying that leads to the Doug McDermott getting fired because Josh Allen was crying, which leads to the owner saying some wacky more comments in his press conference about Brandon Beane and Josh Allen and McDermott, which then leads to now Philip Rivers getting an interview for the job. The death pill, I feel like they've taken it.
Yeah,
it's going to eat from them on the inside now.
Man, come find out, man. Carly Urso-Jordan ain't the only wacky owner that's out there, man. You know what I'm saying? This dude, like nuclear bomb in you know what I'm saying, in his media pressure, kind of said that's not the pick I wanted to pick, or that's not necessarily the pick that the wideout, that's not necessarily the pick the general manager wanted to pick, and kind of, and so now how does that player kind of feel? And you know what I'm saying, in this day, any NFL players got player empowerment too, so I'm sure his agent is on the phone talking about like how can he get out of there faster than you can think. I kind of thought they still haven't hired a coach. There was names like bringing in the current, the last fired New York Giants coach, you know what I'm saying, bringing him Brian Daboll. I was like, I wouldn't bring Brian Daboll in to be the strength coach.
And initially the Dolphins coach, but his name's been pulled out. But
so any coach out there that's available would want to coach a player like Josh Allen. He puts his emotions into it.
Do you think that's the top destination right now of all of them?
Brandon, I'm always gonna say, man, if you're a coach, you always gonna want to coach. You always want to coach a great quarterback, man.
Yep.
You're gonna have to deal with the wacky ownership of all these NFL teams got wacky ownership. Sound like, Brandon?
Hold on.
Except for I was respectful to Pittsburgh Steelers. They know how to transition the right way.
There ain't no wackiness to it.
I'll even throw in Green Bay Packers, even though they laid an egg this season. You know what I'm saying? They kind of know.
We are cheated out of an NFC championship game in Green Bay this year because the temperatures for tomorrow's game in Lambeau, if there was a game in Lambeau tomorrow, the wind chill is supposed to be -37. We got cheated.
Well, they got a Jordan Love, man. You on the watch. Jordan Love, you on the watch, man. You on the watch, man. We might have to put him with Herbert, man.
You want a stat for the conference championship games?
Let's go.
Here's your stat. And this really plays into effect more the Los Angeles Rams. Teams with dome stadiums, which is them, they got SoFi. The record in road outdoor conference championship games, 0-15. That bodes well for Seattle. Take it with your betting heart as much as you want. 0-15 teams with dome stadiums, record on the road, outdoor championship game, conference championship
Stafford, but Stafford's trying to, have his own little historic run as well, man. You know, of course, the ESPN guys automatically jump into like if he's a Hall of Famer, all those things, man. I think the stats that he put up in Detroit and the Super Bowl that he already won with the Rams kind of puts him in the Hall of Fame. But you know what I'm saying, to put you to get another championship when McVay held 2 years ago was talking about retiring, along with the the homie that already retired, defensive back. Man, I would think you're gonna get the best version of the Los Angeles Rams tomorrow. I get that stat, but we're not necessarily talking about team of destiny with these Rams, but we might be able to throw that stat out the door.
Currently, the lines are Patriots -4.5. I got it at -3 early in the week, and then Seahawks -2.5. We're going to see if the NFL MVP, the presumptuous NFL MVP, Matt Stafford, and them can get one on the road in Seattle. While we're here, John, I'll bring it up real quick on the screen.
Okay.
Because I am curious. I haven't had a chance to look at it. This week's been crazy, and then with the snow apocalypse that's coming. If you look at the Rams, well, if I can get it right, regular season, where are they at? Where are they at? There's the Seahawks. We'll go to Seahawks. The games that they've played, they lost at the Rams 21-19. And then obviously they played back on December 18th where they won 38-37. So a 1-point win, a 2-point game, 1-point game. So, but looking back at these two games, John, and we're gonna look real quick together because why not?
What jumps out at me is margin of error. Your margin of error.
Yeah. Passing wise, Matt Stafford was fifth in the first game, was 15-28. Only 130 yards, John, passing, 2 touchdowns, but Kyren Williams had 91 yards rushing. First downs, looks like Seattle controlled the game, 37 minutes of time of possession for Seattle in that first game. They also had 4 turnovers, John. You lose a 2-point game with 4 turnovers. Sam Darnold, 0 touchdowns, 4 picks in that first game.
Yeah. This is going to be, like I said, one of those games with margin of error kind of comes into play. Doesn't necessarily seem that both these teams are too separated and talent-wise, team continuity-wise. So,
The next one was the overtime thriller, especially where the Seahawks went for 2, the 2-point conversion. I believe they were down by 10. Let me take a look at this.
Going back, yeah.
They were down 16, John. They were down 16 with 13 minutes to go in the fourth quarter at home. Puka Nakua's touchdown made it 30-14. And then Rashid Shaheed had a 58-yard punt return. And then Barner had the 26-yard touchdown. And then Nakua had a touchdown in overtime, 41 yards. Everybody thought it was a wrap. And then the Jigba touchdown and then the pass for the 2-point conversion. There, Stafford, 3 touchdowns, 457 yards passing. I think that was the most he's thrown this year in a game. And Sam Darnold, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So he cut his picks out in half there. Walker had 100 yards and a touchdown. Kyren this time only ran for 70. Time of possession, this time the Rams on the road, 40 minutes of possession to Seattle's 26. So it seems like the road team has been trying to control that possession, that ball out there in Seattle. 4 turnovers in the first game, John. 3 turnovers in the second game, and escaped with a win there. That's why I said I'm excited for this game. I'd be a 10, but the AFC is just drooped on me.
Are we saying the NFC, whoever wins the NFC going to win the Super Bowl? Are we confident in saying that whoever wins the NFC going to win the Super Bowl?
I don't think so. I do like what New England's doing. I really do. I know that's hard to say, and I know you finally have stamped your approval that the Evil Empire is back.
He ain't pretty Tom Brady, man. He don't play a pretty game like Tom Brady, man. He plays them. I mean, he plays them close, man. I think Denver's gonna kind of muck it up, you know what I'm saying, for him, and kind of keep it close, man. He's gonna have to turn out. He's gonna show improvement, make a play. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they scheme out in Denver, but the Evil Empire, at least the minor version, is definitely back.
Yeah. It's funny on College Game Day right now for basketball. They've got the G Leaguer talking about him coming back.
Man, why they and then be talking about, you know what I'm saying, the IU Indy, man, the homies out here, you know what I'm saying, getting roadkill victories against Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? We got to see IU Indy up close and personal about a week ago, man.
They playing today?
Don't get me twisted, man. You know I got too many TVs on right
Bringing it up right now.
No, they play Fort Wayne. They play Purdue Fort Wayne. That game might get canceled.
That game's supposed to be at home tomorrow at 2:00. That ain't happening.
Yeah, man. That's probably been a
you want me to call Boso right now and just say, Luke, it's time to cut that game?
Cut that game.
Should have had it today. Should have moved it up.
Yeah, reschedule that game, man. Because before the Macedons coming down, man, that's gonna be a high scoring game as well, man. Because they got a respectful program as well, man. But
who did they knock off? They knocked off a big time team.
Fort Wayne beat Notre Dame. The Shrewsbury's having a bad season up there. The ACC basketball.
Look, ever since that broke him when he went off that ref, that broke his season.
Yeah, they off the rails up there in South Bend.
Unbelievable. Last thing NFL wise, some coaching hires. Harbaugh, Giants. That was a 5-year, $100 million deal. Stefanski and the Falcons. That deal was done. I guess the more I think about it, I kind of like that Stefanski to Atlanta move a little bit. The questionable ones, Robert Saleh, excuse me. Robert Saleh going to the Titans. Didn't make sense to me, especially when you saw how much the 49ers got gashed there in that playoff game. So Saleh going to the Titans was confusing. Jeff Heffley going to the Dolphins. Saleh to the Titans, Heffley to the Dolphins. That was another shocker there. I said they should have went after Manny Diaz and stole him from the Hurricanes. I think he could have done a better job down there than what this Heffley guy could do, but we'll see. And then obviously the Pittsburgh Steelers interview process still going on. I think we're down to 3 or 4 candidates. 4 candidates right now. Yeah, Sip says, good, thank God Heffley left my Packers. Yeah, 100%. That's there's so many questionable hires. Like I felt like there were some rushed hires there, and I'm going to ask John when he gets back why that is the case. And then in the Raiders position, the Raiders coaching job is still open. So John, I was talking. You lose some lights. There he is. Okay. Harbaugh, the Giants, 5 years, $100 million.
Yep.
Stefanski to the Falcons. I understand that. I like that a little more each time. I'm okay with it. Robert Saleh to the Titans confused me. Heffley to the Dolphins confused me. And then you got the Ravens who just hired old boy as their they just hired Monken went up to the Giants.
He's from Harbaugh's
Zimmer. I can't think of his last name right now, but
but the homie said he kind of feels like he's worked for he thinks it'd be a solid fit. I kind of listened to it, just some of his comments on it this morning. He's already worked. He's kind of been he's a Harbaughite. How about that? You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
Some of the transitions should be smooth, but that team's going to have to look to some changes as well, man. How they play Lamar.
Jesse Minter, that's who it was.
Yeah, how they play Lamar. Mentor's a homie, Brandon. You got to tap into him, man. He's coaching the MAC, OC in the MAC, man. You know the detail. You know what I'm saying, you have to have when you're coaching the MAC, man, because you're playing against the big boys. You know what I'm saying, so forth. But like that, man. Some of these coaching carousel deals, I don't really have a problem with John Harbaugh. Kind of going out there. I don't think he's going to necessarily have all the power that he thinks, man. It might be somewhat of a, you know what I'm saying, a struggle, man, because the owner, he got rid of the coach. He didn't get rid of the general manager, and even Jim Harbaugh John kind of came in there and said,
right.
hey, who I answer to, you know what I'm saying? You're not sounds like you're not gonna be ordering the groceries. Sounds like you're not gonna be ordering the groceries. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted him to coach and bring, you know what I'm saying, his years of experience as that. John's gonna have to figure out, you know what I'm saying, he's got a good young dynamic quarterback, got a running back young as well coming off of injury. John's gonna have to figure out, get that stank off of him from the Ravens when they couldn't hold leads. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what got him fired outside of the last game. You know what I'm saying? That they couldn't hold leads all season. I get it that your quarterback was in and out, but you know, I don't have no problem with Harbaugh going up there. But tell me, I think the Steelers kind of waiting on they might be waiting on their guy, dude. They might be waiting on that conversation with Shula. So we'll see.
You know, they can make the biggest splash here. And obviously, Mike McDaniel has reported today. Mike McDaniel pulled out of the scheduled meeting in Florida with the Bills. The two sides never met. McDaniel remains in contention with the Raiders head coaching job, but if he takes an OC position, it'll be with the Chargers and Harbaugh. So, but the Steelers. So I think we're truly down to 4 candidates. Shaughnessy, the passing game coordinator for the Rams. Chris Shula, my top pick. Mike McCarthy, unfortunately, and Brian Flores. I think those are the top 4 picks right now for Pittsburgh. And I think you're right, John. I think I said from the beginning I wanted this Shula guy, the young defensive coordinator. We could pack another 20 years in with him. Bring him in. I think it'd be. But if you really want to go and make a splash, and Art Rooney said it in his post game that there is no rebuild, which I don't. Just between you and me, I don't think that's possible. I think we are in a rebuild.
Right.
You don't have a quarterback. So you have Shula as your head coach. Shaughnessy comes in as your offensive coordinator. And then Raheem Morris comes in as your defensive coordinator. If you have those 3 guys together, yeah, there ain't much of a rebuild. You have 3 solid pieces there. Head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, that could work for a really long time. Raheem Morris, he'd be better than Terrell Austin, who was a defensive coordinator for Pittsburgh.
But you got to get back.
We're wasting years. How many times have we said during games we're wasting TJ Watt years, right?
Right.
We're wasting. But if they can get all 3 of those, I'd say checkmate. I don't know if they can. But if you're asking me, put your chips down, who you think still, I still believe Shula will be the head coach. If you ask me what my nightmare is, it's that Rooney decides to go with old gray beard, Mike McCarthy, and then Rodgers decides he wants to come back one last go around with McCarthy. That is my official nightmare that I've had for a month now.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Brandon. I think you're safe from that happening.
God, I hope so. If the pie's on, it scares me. Colts. Any update you have with the Colts is besides the news that, and I said this when it happened, that someone needs to look into this doctor guy because giving the ketamine and then signing the death certificate is natural. Shit.
Yeah, that's sad. That's a sad state of affairs, man. Especially when you got to talk about the federal authority got to come in and investigate anything. You kind of want to leave everything in the locker room or at the press junket or saying sports, not saying life and death and like who's at fault for the owners. Saying whatever was kind of going on. No, Brandon, like the Colts got to get talent, man. They got to get talent. I know there's some free agency issues, not issues. There's some free agency tidbits that they might have to answer, right? But the Colts got to acquire talent. Talent they're going to obviously bring back Daniel Jones. Nobody knows what that number looks like, or Brandon. What I mean by bring back, do they offer him a contract or do they kind of franchise tag him because they got that they could do that as well. You know what I mean? And like, what could Daniel Jones say? Like, Frank, they gave me what? I don't know what this franchise tag is. Probably like 26, 27. And I only play. I got a bum Achilles. How can you poo-poo that? You know what I'm saying? I can't see contractually them giving him 3 years, dude. That's all the bum Achilles, man. You can't do that. That would be ludicrous.
Right.
So then again, there's some other defensive pieces they kind of got to answer. Quiddy Pay, see you later. You know what I mean? What did you really invest into the kid from UCLA? Is it really impactful football? Every time he does not get a sack, you know what I'm saying? He does get sacks every now and then, but like, you know, this is the country that Dwight Freeney built. You know what I'm saying? We need to see sacks. That's kind of what the expectation is. And Brandon, I will also add that again, Anthony Richardson, man, kind of they got to cut bait with that as well. But they got to improve their quarterback room. All NFL teams got to improve their quarterback room. With the dude, that fool. Listen, Brandon, I mentioned Bob Kraft. My daggone phone stuff. Deep State start calling, man. But Bob Kraft says they go into an 18-game season. So knowing that, man, the human body, Brandon, like we can do whatever, dude. It was perfect at 16.
Charles Davis told us this.
He did told us this.
The international
He did told us this. That's terrible English, but like, yeah, man. So it's coming. But so like, if that's the case, man, the days of the Iron Man quarterback and that person going out and starting all that's impossible. You know what I mean? That's impossible. So you have to improve your quarterback room. And I know that's a lot of ass, but that's kind of what's for me. That's what's kind of in front of the coach.
Okay. It was announced yesterday officially. Big Ten SEC could not agree. We're going back to the 12-team playoff once again.
Good. I smiled so happily, Brandon. I smiled so happily.
You know who didn't? There's your boy Decott.
I remember like going at it with the old heads that empowered me. That said all we needed was the BCS system and 4 was enough. And I was like, I was the young guy. You know what I'm saying? No, we need 6. You know what I mean, or whatever it was. You know what I mean? And now we have gone from wanting that now we need 12. You know what I'm saying? At 16, there's no way. The season was too long as it was, man. For me, you know what I mean? It took on. My daggone bowl record took a shatter because the Papa John's bowls and the Domino's Pizza bowls don't really matter. I watch them, but they don't matter no more from the sports betting. But you know, like no, man, I'm fine with it being 12. There's still somewhat of an overkill. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tip my hat to JMU because that's where the homie Kurt Cinetti kind of came from. So that's definitely somebody who did it from a football standpoint, just a pure football standpoint. If you love college football, you should be watching that program. But for them to get scissored up by Oregon, like, you know what I'm saying, or I think they play that you know what I'm saying, that didn't necessarily fit like what the college football playoff should be. You know what I mean? So the NCAA, Brandon, should be hard at work, man. You know what I'm saying? But sounds like I don't know. There's a lot of other factors, kind of chancellors, athletic directors, and governors, man, that kind of got to say on whatnot. So that's kind of how I see it, B.
Okay. NBA. Pacers got a win last night in Oklahoma City, which pissed me off that we won. We got to take these losses when we can get them, man, because there's 5 teams now. We're basically 1 game within, which is dumb.
Man, I got homies texting me that they think Jarris Walker could get the Miles Turner's treatment, man, like where you can build with him. You can let.
Oh.
I'm not saying it, man. He's more. You more.
Call out your source.
No, I'm not. This is conversation. This is conversation. Ben Mathurin doesn't want to take the money that the Pacers offered him. I think sometimes people, when they play for the Pacers, they overvalue. I think
you can get a good center out for it.
They overvalue.
J-House not your guy.
How many players have overvalued? They come to the Pacers team, they kind of overvalue, you know, their stats and whatnot. Miles Turner's up there toiling in hell. He wished he never signed a Milwaukee Bucks contract. You know what I'm saying? I love him, Victor Oladipo. Probably should have took that money the Pacers offered him, you know what I'm saying? And he wouldn't be I wouldn't be watching him playing G League highlights. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I hope he gets there, but I'm watching it. He's dominating G League, but like you dominate against Bronny. Come on now, man. Come on, man. So, but like Pacers, some of these you're overvaluing yourself. So like, I haven't heard Mather's name mentioned in any significant trade talks as we go into the trade 3 weeks away or so from the trade deadline. But
I kind of have.
I haven't heard any significant ones.
I heard that the Pacers were interested if they can get themselves a starting tier center, that Matherin would be on the move for it.
Well, they need a center because they played the Sixers this past week, and Joel Embiid.
Can we just shut down Siakam? Are we allowed to do that?
Oh, Brandon, like, dude,
he's done enough for the season. I don't want him to get hurt, man. We're working for next year.
He is a guy that puts winning first. That's kind of reason why he asked out of Toronto, a team that he built with, that he kind of came through as they drafted him and whatnot. So like I kind of worry about the losses. Kind of, you know what I'm saying, does he want to wait for how?
Why you shut him down? That way, it's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
I'm just trying to say.
Good win.
I'll tell you who else is in hell.
Go ahead.
If you're the Golden State Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga's wanting to request that trade still. We're still hearing him being pissed off. Jimmy Butler tears his ACL out for the year. Okay. What do you do?
I don't know reason why why haven't they traded Jonathan Kuminga yet? Like, what are you waiting on, Christmas? Like, Christmas of 2027? Like, let it go. Let it go. So, Kuminga he does not want to play like championship basketball like the Golden State Warriors want to play. He wants to play him basketball where he gets to touch the ball 20 times and make an assist and maybe, you know what I'm saying, get a splash. Now, he's tired of
he is, though.
Splash to the world, Buzels to the world, get all the splashy highlights, man. He wants to be the one. And that's not they want that. They don't want that out of him and Golden State. They want him to be like the third wheel banana. You know what I'm saying? This is when you need to score. So the Golden State Warriors just got to look for a trade that kind of benefits them for the future. Draymond Green, see you later, man. One more year, gotta be. Steph Curry, like, you know what I'm saying, twilight years. They gotta think about the future. So I would be looking for Jonathan Kuminga to get traded probably for maybe a expiring contract, Brandon, and some draft picks 2027, 2028, so that the Golden State Warriors can get back into, you know what I'm saying, a youth mode.
Giannis is out 4 to 6 weeks with his latest injury, so I don't see him getting traded before the deadline, especially with that injury.
No.
It's going to
happen this summer.
California, Hollywood, there's always the dramas, the action movies, the dramas, the suspense, the thrillers. But I feel like it's moved kind of over there to the crypto.com arena with this Lakers with Jeannie Buss and LeBron and the Lakers show, man, John. The drama continues.
She put out a statement, man, saying that all is good. Everything is fine.
When you have to put that out, that means it's not.
Well, it's funny how things get leaked out from 3 years ago. And so you could have frustration with LeBron 3 years ago, but you gave him some more money to re-up with the team in 2024. I don't want to compare Jeannie Buss, you know what I'm saying, to Hillary Clinton or anything like that, man. She's a very powerful lady, man. She sold the team and still was able to govern the team. So she still controls the team. You know what I'm saying? So she sold the team for $10 billion. So you fire all her siblings. You know what I mean? She's not with Phil Jackson no more, y'all. You know what I mean? And every now and then, man, she has these little emotional spats with other powerful players that she has business dealings with, man. To be honest with you, Brandon, she probably wouldn't get that. The team, the Lakers would obviously sell for big money at any point. She wouldn't get that. I don't believe she would retain that kind of power if she didn't have LeBron James on the team, because then ownership, the real owner, whoever she sold the team to, would be like, well, honey, like who did the Lakers draft in the last 6 years that was significance before LeBron got there?
Bronny.
Well, no. I'm talking about Hood Schifino. Where's he at?
Right.
Brandon, where's he at?
Yep.
Lonzo Ball. Where's he at? D'Angelo Russell. Where's he at? They didn't draft Jason Tatum. That was before LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So they made some errors. They fired a couple coaches, man, as well. That probably, you know what I'm saying, they probably maybe, I don't know, maybe they got a chance. I'm not saying they shouldn't have got a chance, but again, man, I'm not saying JJ Redick's not a good coach, but again, man, some of the people they kind of brought in to play with LeBron or around LeBron, and again, Anthony Davis, man, that was a high risk, high reward type of game. The Pacers kind of told you again when Paul George wanted to do his pairing of Anthony Davis and him. The Pacers was like, man, we don't trust the science, we don't trust whatever X-rays that they might have had, MRIs that they might have had, and
right.
Anthony Davis was an often injured player, man. They didn't want to bring that into their culture. The Lakers did. For whatever reason, it only pined out, you know what I'm saying, one championship. They're on the tail end of LeBron James. You'd be a fool if you had the historical figure of LeBron James in your building. You'd be a fool to trade it. You'd be a fool. There's nothing. What are you gonna trade it for, Brandon? There's nothing to trade it for.
Right. Not this time. No, probably not last 4 years.
They're just gonna let it play out and let LeBron be a free agent next year. If it's Cleveland, he'll go back home. He's got like 3 homes in a home in LA. So I think, you know what I'm saying? I think he just stays in LA, man. Or he goes back to Cleveland. Everybody else is just noise. Knicks is noise. Miami's noise. Anybody else is noise. Philadelphia's just noise. But it's either Cleveland or back to LA.
Okay. There's something else basketball related that I had. I can't think what it is.
I don't know, man.
Derrick Rose tonight. Jersey retirement ceremony for Derrick Rose.
Oh man, I forgot about that. I'll wear it tomorrow, man, on the Sunday show, man. My Chicago shirt, man. Give support to that, man. Derrick Rose. I get some words together. I ain't got no shade against Derrick Rose. He kind of came up short in the championship game against Kansas, man. Ain't no shade in that. But dynamic player, man. Always a nail. The nail in the side of the Pacers. I feel like in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Going against the other little homie from UCLA, right? If you remember them point guard battles, I did. But like, man, great for Derrick Rose to get his number.
I remember chanting SAT at him when the Pacers played first round back when the Pacers were just finally getting back in the playoffs as the 1 seed and the 8 seed, and we were chanting SAT at him back when he was with the Bulls.
Another Calipariite, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think Butler got a win last night.
Beat Marquette. They need him, man. Hey,
IU got a win. Purdue plays a big one today at 3:00. Ball State women undefeated in the MAC. They got a big one getting ready to start here.
IU got to win against Rutgers, man. We got dudes up here smelling their fingers, man. You not at that. You not right there in your season right now. Where you're not right there, man. Your numbers is not there, man.
You pumping brakes?
They got to win some games, dude. You got to beat somebody. I'm no disrespect to Rutgers, man. They got the Ace Bailey.
They got a big one Tuesday.
They ain't there. Who they got to play Tuesday? Illinois?
Purdue comes to IU Tuesday.
30 ball.
I don't know about that, but
30 ball. Hey, he gonna be doing it. Braden Smith is gonna be doing it all night. 30 ball. Connor Enright cannot guard that dude. It's not gonna happen, Brandon. 30 ball. Lawyer, hey man, I'm a little critical. Lawyer, you can't fade. Lawyer, where was you at against UCLA? Where was you at, Lawyer? You wasn't talking about like you was talking big talk after Alabama. I'm letting it loop, Brad. I'm sorry. He was talking big stuff after Alabama. I wonder what he was talking after UCLA.
And also when we were in the Indy Classic.
That's what I'm talking about.
That wasn't Bama.
Who'd they play?
We were there for it. Auburn.
Oh, yeah.
Alabama, he did the roll tide when they beat them.
Yeah.
Both
them games. Talking about that. But I was wondering what they was kind of talking after UCLA. I kind of wondered what he was kind of saying, man, as well. But like, hey, Brent, hold on. Before we shift it, man. Big Cronin, man. Like, dude, you got to get some happiness out there in California.
Dude just needs to retire. Fucking old grumpy man.
This one point, I think we wanted him maybe to come to the Hoosier land, man. Maybe he needs to get a Midwestern state or something, man. Doesn't seem happy, man. He's got a good talented team with all the freaking Americans, man. And every freaking pressure afterwards, man, did they know we got to play? Man, dude, you signed up for the Big Ten. Now it's the Big 18. Deal with it, Cronin.
Speaking of Fletcher Lawyer, because I'm interested now. First time he played him, 4-12, 12 points. This is at Indiana. 4-12, 12 points. Second time, 5 of 6 from the field, 4 for 4 from 3, 19 points. We go to last year, 6 of 9, 2 of 2, 20 points. So he's gotten better playing at Indiana. But yeah, he's got to have a game there. Can't take breaks. Trey Kaufman-Renn, you got to step up, my man. I feel like he's been in a little bit of a slump.
Hoosiers a jump shooting team, man. 30 baldy dudes.
Well, your boy thinks they're going to win the national title. The post sites keep seeing him posting. So, and he kind of called you out a little bit. He said 3 foolish, and then he stopped.
Who did?
You know who?
Double D? Double D?
That was yesterday.
Stop it.
He said 3 foolish, and then he got caught off on something else. But I was waiting for him to say 3 foolish men.
I haven't even talked to the homie. He must miss me.
He's all up in his feelings now with IU. So,
well, the
snow's melting. Anything else, John? Before we go. Oh, he's frozen on us. That might be the cue. Oh, he's frozen. Damn. All right. Well, John's frozen. He says goodbye as well. But we want to thank everybody for joining today for the show, episode number 385. Myself, Jonathan Birdsong. We'll be back tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. I think. Maybe we'll do it earlier just because of the conference championship games. We'll reach out and see. But we'll talk college basketball tomorrow night. John's going to join us again. Let's see. There he is.
Hey, man, you better watch what you say this about certain people, man. We're going to get in trouble.
No, I was just saying, do you have anything else before we go?
Nah, man. I'm good, man. You got to watch what you say about certain people, man.
We officially lost him there. Damn. I don't know. Can you hear me, John? We lost him officially. Sweet. That means the show's over. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. College basketball show. Us, the Game Time Network. We will we'll bring you live. Time to be determined. We'll find out. We'll post it up later on today. So have a great rest of your Saturday. Prepare for this winter storm. Get your supplies. Get yourselves ready. And we'll take care. See you guys.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Crossroads sports content.